Boy, oh boy, oh boy, I cannot believe the media have not reported this story. This is unbelievable. BMW Group sales have suddenly collapsed in China. I mean, we're looking at Tesla sales in China hitting an all-time record, which is just blowing my mind. I'm thinking, how did that just happen? But at the same time, nobody's reported on the fact that in Q3 of 2024, as in the last 3 months, BMW sales worldwide have gone down by 13%. But that's all pretty much being driven by a falls in China, where their sales are collapsing. And this matters. BMW traditionally has made 40% of its profits worldwide from China. That's about to end. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. It's great to have you with us. BMW's EV sales this year actually have gone up. That's been a positive growth story for the company, but things are actually going really bad overall. BMW's EV sales have grown 23%. So you're thinking to yourself, well, that's great. Mercedes EV sales have fallen 31%. BMW is killing Mercedes when it comes to EV sales, and that would be true. Remarkable to me, considering I don't think BMW's EVs look great, but obviously a lot of people disagree with me. And who am I to say? I'm not the style king. But strong EV sales performance this year can't prevent BMW's overall sales from collapsing in China. And this is really bad for the company. Now, it's almost guaranteed from these results that Tesla will overtake BMW in global sales this year on the back of basically two cars. One of them an old model that everyone's waiting for the new version to come out, which is truly staggering. Global sales of BMW branded EVs increased by 22.6% in the first 9 months of 2024. However, the real concern for BMW is China, where things are going really, really badly. And to be fair, on BMW, it's not just BMW having a really tough time in China. And I'll get to all the other brands, how they're going in China, what's happening to them, if they're going to basically declare bankruptcy in China like Jeep have, like some other automakers have, Mitsubishi as well, they just took off, left their factories behind. Are they going to do that? Will BMW be forced to do that? It's actually possible. BMW sold 23% more EVs worldwide between January and September 2024 than it did last year. However, data shows that BMW vehicle sales actually fell worldwide by 13% in the third quarter. But more concerning than that is BMW's most important market, and that's China. Now, BMW has an excuse. They say that the reason their sales have fallen is because of their stopping production of vehicles, apparently, with a faulty integrated braking system. They've recalled a lot of those vehicles and the components being replaced. But some of them apparently have gone back to owners, and owners have said they're still not fixed. Anyhow, another story. BMW also say that difficult market conditions in China have forced this sales slide. But those difficult market conditions in China are not about, they're not about to reverse. It's not like the 90 EV brands from China are all of a sudden going to go, oh, we give up now, BMW, you can have the market back. That's essentially what BMW needs to happen in order for them not to be crushed in China. It's not just BMW, by the way. Porsche dealerships, they have all protested. They believe that it's unfair, that they're stuck all this old stock that people don't want to buy at their dealerships. A lot of them are losing money. Approximately 60% of all dealerships in China are losing money. So what's going to change in China? What needs to change for BMW? Well, yeah, you know what needs to change. The company needs to be perceived as an EV manufacturer. That's where they can grow. That's how they can grow. If the company was to basically about to revolutionize themselves, spend an enormous amount of money on becoming an EV company. That's what the Chinese want. I mean, look at EV sales in China in the last month, right? 50% of all cars were electric or plug-in hybrids. And actually, most people think they're predominantly plug-in hybrids, but they're not. Actually, most electrified vehicles were fully electric last month. So that's 50% of all cars. BMW is still very focused on internal combustion. They believe, in fact, BMW believe the future of the automotive industry is not electric. They believe it's hydrogen. All of their executives have said that. That's not just coming from me. All of their executives have confirmed that they believe that, which is obviously insane. Now, looking at the BMW group in 2023, Q3 2024 versus the previous year, down 13%. BMW Group down. BMW itself down 11.4%. Mini down 25%. BMW Group EVs up 10%. Rolls-Royce down 16%. And BMW Motorrad, which is their motorcycles, down 3%. You can see here, there's only one bright spot for the company. One, and that's it. And that is the EV sales. So even with their sales falling by this much in 1 month, they still grew their EV sales over those 3 months by 10%. So for BMW to say, the problem is we're not manufacturing vehicles, recalls, etc. Well, that's clearly not true. We can see here, if that were true, how the hell did they grow their EV sales by 10% worldwide in that period? Now, there is one bright spot for BMW, and that is this. BMW as a group, they delivered 540,000 cars. Now, that's including Mini. Mini delivered quite a lot of cars, 53,000 vehicles. If you remove those, BMW and Tesla, their sales numbers were actually very similar. Anyhow, the one bright spot here is this, and that is, as a group, BMW, nearly 20% of their vehicles sold were electric. So maybe it's possible that they can, invest more into EVs over the next few years and try to actually prevent themselves from becoming the next Stellantis. Because honestly, looking at these sales numbers, it's only a matter of time before BMW are in big trouble. What's going to happen is their debt will be downgraded to junk, like Nissan's has, like Stellantis's will be soon, and it will mean it will cost a lot more money. It'll cost a lot more for them to raise funds on the market. They will need to raise funds. They don't have tens and tens of billions of dollars sitting around that they can invest in new electric car factories. That's something that they'll need to actually get a loan for, and that will be the big challenge for the BMW group. Personally, if you're invested in BMW, I have to question why that is. If your friends are, I don't see this as a vehicle company that is likely to grow ever again. I believe this is kind of the beginning of a continual slide that will happen over the next 10 years for this brand. Thanks for watching.